world. The weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
Hello and welcome to Country with Celine. I'm your host, Celine Shamarki. Today we welcome Canadian rising star ELYSE Saunders. Saunders just released her latest single, Sunshine State of Mind, and it really is a summer anthem. It's available on all streaming platforms and on Canadian country radio, so make sure you go and stream and download it now.
Wavy, like the salt in my hair. Crazy, like we just don't care. It's you and me, never wanna leave this sunshine, sunshine, state of mind.
Here we go. ELYSE, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Celine. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, anytime, girl. Okay, so Sunshine State of Mind, you just released it in May of this year, but you also released another song called Free last year. And now Free had over 500,000 streams on Apple Music and over 100,000 views on YouTube on the official music video. So both songs are really like upbeat, positive, like energetic songs, and they really are like summer anthems. So those two songs are off of your upcoming EP, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so what was the ultimate goal with this EP? I feel like you just kind of wanted to spread like positivity and like good vibes all around after the whole year that we pretty much had.
Yeah, so when we originally were creating this material, writing the songs, and then going into the studio with it, it's been over a couple of years that we've kind of been planning this. So when we were doing it, we actually had no idea, obviously, that we'd be going into a pandemic and that I'd be releasing music at this time. But in a way, it's kind of seems like they've really found their place with the messages of hope and positivity, and really just celebrating life. And for my song Free, which is that anthemic song really, which is about being, taking that time to be a little bit more free. I know myself in this busy world that it's important to take that time to slow down a little bit. And then there's, of course, just kind of those similar messages throughout with Wind Down and then Sunshine State of Mind, and just really finding that paradise no matter where you are. So I'm so happy, that my music's now resonating with people.
Yeah, well, everything happens for a reason, and I swear everybody will hear me say that in every single interview because I truly, truly, truly believe in it. And for you to release these songs during like this whole crazy period, it happened for a reason, and it really does resonate with people because everyone needs to hear these types of songs during these times, right? But I have to mention Free, that music video, I wish I was in it. That looks, you guys had a blast with that one. I'm gonna link it so you can go and watch it. Yeah, awesome. And I also want to mention it accomplished quite a bit. So it got Video of the Year award for the Mississauga Music Awards, and the single earned you a double nomination at the CMAO, so the Country Music Association of Ontario, as Female Artist of the Year and Rising Star Award. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's all happening and it's no expectations. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I'll Wind Down. So you just mentioned that song, and I just wanted to ask you, because I was watching the music video for it, and in the beginning, you get in the car with a guy that he's saying you got to go on the road soon, but he wants to like take you like and have you for the whole day. So I was reading up on your bio, and you're no newcomer to like the whole rodeo scene. So you've been performing at like country concerts, music festivals, and everything that you can pretty much think of. So was this song kind of dedicated to, in a sense, as like it's like inspired by your life, like how you're just go and now you finally need the time to like kind of just relax, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it totally is. And like you said, I've been a part of this industry for a while, just really developing as an artist and going through all the ropes, and the best way is to just get out there and learn by doing it. That's what I've always believed. But yeah, I do find the more success I'm having, the busier I'm getting. And it's just important to make that time. And I've been in a relationship for a long time too, so it's definitely relatable to our story. And I'm definitely a fan of red Cabernet wine too. So when Daryl Scott, my co-writer on that, had brought the idea, I immediately was just like, yes, we have to write that one. And I ended up writing it with Joey Green and Daryl Scott. And we just wanted to make that play on words of wine being classic and timeless, and we kind of want that to be in comparison to a relationship. But making that time to slow down and just shut off the noise and just be together.
It's wind down, kiss this California
Was that your boyfriend in the music video?
No, it wasn't. So
Oh,
that's the funny thing. So my boyfriend's totally like a behind the scenes guy, and he's the one that's like, no, just hire somebody else. I'm like, he's like camera shy. He's like, you do your thing. Yeah, it's a funny thing. I get asked that all the time. I'm like, are you jealous yet?
Because, you know, I would assume like sometimes boyfriends or husbands would kind of get like a little uneased when they like see their girlfriend like getting closer to another guy, even though it's just for show. It's just like theater practically. But, you know, it's still, I guess deep down maybe it does bug him. But if he's
Yeah.
shy, what can you do?
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, it was kind of weird for me too. But I will say that Roadhouse Productions did a really, really nice job of creating those moments. And it's all about, the cinematics.
Yeah.
But I'm also a bit of like a secret, like, actor at heart, that I would love to get into movies or stage at some point that way. So I kind of got to experience a little bit of that through this music video.
Well, you're in the entertainment industry, so you can make that leap, I swear, whenever you want. It's always.
Yeah.
And now let's get to know you a little bit more. Where did you grow up?
So I'm from Peterborough, Ontario, born and raised. And then I have kind of moved in a few different places for my music career. And also my parents are separated. So I feel like I've always had two homes. So Peterborough, Ontario is where my roots are, and my mom's still there. So it's really nice to be able to get back home, and it kind of regrounds me out of the city. And then my dad was based out of Mississauga for many years of my development as an artist too, which I've always said Mississauga is my second home to me, and they're a big reason why I am the entertainer I am today, just because of the whole music scene there. So I feel like, I kind of grew up in both places, but Peterborough is, where I went to school, had my friends, and my song Free kind of relates to that time in my life.
Well, let's hear about how you transitioned into this music career. How did you know that music was something that you wanted to pursue?
So it's always kind of been a part of my life since I can remember. I started songwriting very young. I would say that was kind of my first in with music and my first connection with music. My mom was an at-home singer-songwriter, and I just thought it was so cool to be able to express yourself that way. So I just remember going through her guitar case and pulling out lyrics and creating my own song when I was like 6 years old. And I just thought, this is so neat. And I just kind of did it naturally, like staying at home. I used to take dance, like hip hop, jazz, tap. So I was used to being on stage that way. And then I didn't really realize that you could actually do this as a career, or that it was something that people did. So it wasn't until I started getting to singing competitions throughout Ontario. And then I met my very first mentor, Cyril Rawson, who I was super lucky to pair up with so early on. And then it just went from there. I kind of just jumped into the professional world of music, and then I spent this time really developing my sound, my stage presence, and my voice as a songwriter.
So who did you grow up listening to? Who were your influences?
So I've had a lot of influences, because I do love all music, and a good song is a good song, no matter what genre it is. But on the country side of things, it's definitely been Shania Twain, LeAnn Rimes, Garth Brooks, Dolly Parton, for a variety of reasons. But those are my top ones.
Those ones are OG. You can't go wrong with that. Especially Shania, our country Canadian girl. You can't go wrong with her.
Oh yeah, and she blew up the scene. And as a female artist, like, she changed the scene. And I just think that's amazing. She's always stuck to her roots. And it's pretty cool. She's Canadian too.
And it's so nice to finally hear her get back to the groove again, because for that portion of her career, she was without a voice. We all know what happened with her. And it was really sad. But now she's back at it. She's truly a boss. Like, she just got back into the groove again, and she's flying high. That's what we can say.
She is. She's one of those epic artists that will always, her music always survives. And I love that we still hear her songs on radio today as if they're brand new.
Yeah, they're iconic. All her like lines in the beginning, like "Let's go, girls," or like about the village. Yeah. All of them are just so iconic. You can't go wrong with that. You have to play them.
So true.
And now, ELYSE. Okay, so you are one of the 7 new finalists in the Boots and Hearts Emerging Artist Showcase. So, have you ever been to Boots and Hearts?
I have. I've been a number of years, and I remember specifically going one year and seeing Thomas Rhett. And he was just killing it on stage. Yeah. And he was running through the crowd. And I just thought, like, one day I want to be able to be on this stage and doing exactly what Thomas Rhett is doing. And yeah, so I've always kind of had this dream and artist bucket list to be on that stage. And now it looks like I might have a chance to.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, because a lot of artists, they go there before when they're just fans and they're kind of just starting out in their music career. And then when they go and they see like Keith Urban on stage, Jason Aldean, like Miranda Lambert, like whoever the case may be, and they see how they're performing on stage and how they're just like living it up, it makes you have that moment where it's like, I want to do that. That's going to be me. And then you get so determined to do it. And now it's coming true for you.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see that happening. Because, yeah, I put in the work. It's not been an overnight thing. I've had a lot of no's along the way, but I believe in investing in yourself and working on your craft till you get to that point that you can actually do something like Boots and Hearts. So it's pretty cool. And it's neat that I can now relate to being on the crowd side and seeing all of the craziness that goes on at Boots and Hearts and really experiencing it that way, and then being able to be on the flip side too.
Yeah, of course. Boots and Hearts is so fun. It's just so fun. As a fan especially, but I'm pretty sure as an artist too. They have
yeah. Yeah, I've heard it's definitely a favorite for a lot of artists that have played the stage too, from all over.
Yeah, now hopefully 2022, it will happen.
Yes.
This year, we all know what happened here. If you live in Ontario, everything pretty much got canceled. But hopefully, we're hopeful for 2022 and everything goes well and we can see you on the stage then.
Yeah, and I'm just so excited to see live music come back in a big way, because I know like country music has been a big thing. That something about country music that is unique from all the other genres. Right now, it seems like country music is still real with the real band, and it just feels really relatable. Like they're almost like your friend on stage. I've always liked that about country music artists, and I just think like it's always been big crowds at country shows, but I feel like it's going to be even bigger, and it's just going to blow up even more.
Oh my gosh, of course. And country music is all about storytelling. So country music can make you cry like a complete baby, or it can make you happy like you're like so happy, or angry. Like it really like can get to you, and you can really connect with country music. And I'm not being biased against any other genre, because there's a lot of good genres, just like you mentioned. But there's something about country music that just gets to you, and it gets to you really hard.
Yeah, I think, like you say, it's the storytelling, and it feels like you're kind of living through that story. And they're always such relatable stories that all of us can relate to them in some way. And it always helps us to be able to know other people have been through different experiences, or like you say, they can bring you so much joy and really uplift you out of a stressful situation too. So
exactly. And now you also were going to perform at the 2020 Summer Olympics. Did I read this correctly?
So not perform, but still really cool is so my past song Rise, which was released in 2017. It was a song written for our equestrian Olympian Jessica Phoenix. And anybody that's tuning in, if you haven't heard of Jessica Phoenix, check out the Jessica Phoenix story to know all about her journey, because it's pretty incredible and stuff that she's been able to accomplish to get to where she is, including a major injury that almost took her out of sports altogether and maybe never be able to ride again. So we wanted to write a song based off of her story, which now has become this empowering anthem for other people. And DJ Danny D ended up doing a remix on it. And what's really neat is like it just keeps going. Like we released it in 2017, and now there's a consideration for the Summer Olympics for this 2021, as Jessica's going to Japan. So we'll see, hopefully play the song during the Olympics. And it was also played in 2018 for the Winter Olympics.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's I have no words. It's the Olympics. Oh my gosh, wow, that's really good, ELYSE. And when I heard Rise, it's funny because I saw the song Rise on Apple Music and I played it and I'm like, this sounds really familiar. And then I saw DJ Danny D and I'm like, if you live in Toronto, you know who DJ Danny D is. And I was like, no way, I've heard this on the radio before at like the Drive at 5 on Z103.5. Like, this is nuts.
Deep down inside, you know you got this, you're ready to shine. It's your moment to light up the world.
that written down because I was gonna mention, like, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, and it was really neat as a country artist to have someone like DJ Danny D do a remix, and it was so neat to see how many people loved it, and all these people were like, I guess, discovering my music, and they were like, "Are you an EDM artist?" I'm like, "No, I'm actually country. This is a remix." So it's brought a whole new audience into what I'm doing now, and actually was a big inspiration to the sound I created with Free, because I knew that that audience really liked that anthemic stuff, and we kind of put a drop chorus into a country song. So yeah, it's neat how it's come full circle and it's all related.
I mean, if you ever want to go down the EDM route, you know it's there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, so true. And it was neat because it seems like, yeah, country is now, you know, branching into these other genres, like Maren Morris doing her remix shortly after that one. So seems like I'm on track with that. So that's cool.
You really are. And now, Elise, before I let you go, we're going to play a little game I like to call Country with Celine Rapid Fire. But instead of this or that questions that I usually ask, I thought I'd ask something like a bit more personal, just to kind of get to know you even more. Okay?
Sounds good.
So the first one is, what is your most embarrassing moment?
My most embarrassing moment. I feel like I have a lot of those. I definitely, I guess I should keep it music related. This one is like kind of embarrassing, but it was also funny, I guess, is like, so I've played all of the country clubs across Ontario with all the university college students, and you can imagine all of the different scenarios that happen and all the stuff I see from stage. It's always pretty entertaining. But there was a bachelorette happening this one night. We were playing one of the country clubs, and they had a huge blow up of a male genitalia, and and it was being thrown around the crowd, and I wasn't even paying attention, and I just was singing like a song, you know, like really into it, and this thing just came like flying into my face, and then I just kept it on stage for a little bit. I'm like, all right, you guys need a break from your little blow up toy. We're gonna put it on the stage. It was like sitting in front of the drum kit for a while, so it's kind of like an embarrassing but funny story.
That is really funny. That's a really fun, and of course it'd be a bachelorette party that like was doing that, right?
Oh yes, for sure. That's the only time that you would ever see that.
Yeah, it's always, I swear, every single bachelor or bachelorette party, they have one of those like those sex dolls for sure. Like
Oh yes, always, yeah.
And now, who do you look up to? This is like completely changing topics from the embarrassment, but up to.
So that I feel like changes all the time too, because there's a lot of up and coming artists that are doing amazing things, and I'm like, holy crap, like they're awesome. There's other artists that I've been looking up to for a while within Canada, like Megan Patrick, Dallas Smith, and then yeah, the key ones that I've always looked up to are the Shania Twain, Garth Brooks, Dolly Parton. Shania Twain, just because I love the way she performs on stage, and obviously just such a powerhouse. And then Dolly Parton, she's such a sweetheart, but also super business smart, and she comes out with incredible songs, and I would love to be at her level as a songwriter one day. And then Garth Brooks, just amazing to see live. Always creates an experience for his audience. So yeah, it's always changing, but those are my main ones that I always stick to.
Okay. And what is your biggest fear?
Biggest fear? I'm not a big fan of heights. I could do some heights, but I'm not a big fan of heights. Yeah, that's probably my biggest one.
And what would be your ideal perfect day?
Ideal perfect day. I love, well, if it was outside of music, if it was in music, something like Boots and Hearts, if I could play a stage like Boots and Hearts, and I have all these fans and music lovers out there, that would be a perfect day for me. But if it's outside of that, and it's something more a little grounded and down to earth, it's just being out in the sunshine at a cottage by the lake, bonfire, that's a perfect day.
And now, where do you want to travel the most?
I have Greece on my list and Italy. Like, I'd love to see Europe. I've done some of the tropical trips, but I'd love to see a little bit more of Europe.
Yeah, Europe, you got to go backpacking and go to like each country, because Europe is gorgeous. I've only been to Italy, and it was beautiful, but like Greece, oh my gosh, it looks gorgeous. And the food there, could you imagine all the food that you can eat?
Yeah, I would just, I'd be in love. I'm such a foodie that I would just be loving it.
If you're a foodie, you gotta go to Greece and Italy. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like, mwah, the food is amazing. But thank you so much, ELYSE, for joining me today on Country with Celine. It was so nice chatting with you. And
You too.
go stream Sunshine State of Mind. You're gonna love it. It's a summer anthem. Plug that into your cottage playlist. And even Free. Free's a good one too. We gotta get that in there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'd love that.